Hello, hello, hello. I believe we're here. We's here. That's good, isn't it? That's it. We are here. We're here. We're alive. Hopefully, it's not as loud as it was last week. Last week, it got incredibly loud, didn't it? It was very loud. And no one told me. Payne's here. It's just me and Payne. No one else. That's all that's here. Me and Payne. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Volume is low. Oh, last week it was loud, wasn't it? Is this good? Let me adjust. Maybe. I see. What we need is we need that to go up a bit, don't we? Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me at the back? How's that? Is that better? That's too loud. That's too. Because then we're peaking, so it's got to be about there, I think. About there. Is that okay? Is that good? I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know. I don't know what's going. Is that better? Is it good? Okay. Well, I'm glad we sorted that out. Because I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what's happening. Where is everyone? I don't know. It's just us. It's because I'm early. I'm usually fashionably late, but it was raining, and Hannah didn't want to go around the block, so she doesn't like the rain. Contentious got a notice, and it sounds good. Oh, the sound is good. There's only 4 of us. Well, it's 4 of you and 1 of me. But who knows? Who knows what's going on? We'll just talk. I don't know. What should we talk about? I don't know. Is there anything out there? Is there anything worth talking about? I had someone try and get me cancelled last week, which was fun, on Twitter. Bit odd. I was winding this guy up on Twitter, and he thought I was being serious. And then when I got tired of him, he cut and pasted all my tweets. Oh, blimey! You better put that there, Mrs. I'll block the camera.
There you go.
That's it. You're all right. No one can see you. We'll keep your identity a mystery. Thank you for the coffee. And he cut all my tweets and sent them to the official Peter Gabriel Twitter account and asked him to unfollow me on Twitter. Like that means anything. Like I care. And I found that a bit weird and a bit funny at the same time, because that's what people are like. So social media's a bit weird. Find it all a bit weird at the moment. Everyone's a bit crazy. But yeah, so that was fun. Roger's in. Payne says, I've paused wrong by Quiet Sun to get here. What a great one. Even better when Eno does the vocals on 801 Live. I think you'll agree. Hey, there's 7 of us. Wow, it's really thrumming this week, isn't it? Blimey, I got nothing to work with. Dog's gone to a basket, so we're guaranteed some snoring. 9. This is it. It's picking up now. It's picking up. I mean, the guy who does the vocals is all right, but it's reminiscent of Wyatt, isn't it? You know, it's oh God, what's that? The Matching Mole one, you know. Oh, Slump. Herb's gone back to school, you see, so doing a long walk in again. So, it's been a bit tiring. Got to get used to the rhythm of it all. It's only in for half day though, so the missus picks him up in the afternoon by the car, because they give him his lunch, and then he's expected to walk home. And we thought, well, it's not really fair on him to walk all the way home on a full tummy, so he's getting a lift home. So that's kind of good. Don't have to do all the walking, but you know. Contention says, checked out some of your tunes this week. Yes, I think I did point you in the direction. You're quite prolific. Too prolific. Maybe play us a little. You're so good. I can't really play because kids are in bed. I don't tend to do things. I can cue things up. I can play you a tune that I'm working on. Because there's always new music. That's what I do. That's one of my hobbies. My big hobby. All of this kind of gets in the way of that, you see. So, but there is another. I'm 37 minutes in. I'm not sure exactly. I've talked about it before. I'm not sure exactly what shape the record's taking at the moment. There is a collection of tunes, but I'm trying to get them to work together. Made some progress today. I put some tunes together, and they kind of work. It's got to sit comfortably. Getting the track listing, getting the running order is half the battle. And this time it's funny because normally when I record, normally the track listing this fits, but this time it's, I don't know, I'm having a bit of trouble deciding where things go. So I don't know, it's a bit of that doesn't usually happen. I usually got a good idea of what things are going to be like. Though the real big news is that some bastard has smashed up the bus stop at the end of Time that featured on the cover sleeve of Last of the Old Laytonians. They pulled down the cycling lane signpost and smashed all the windows out in the bus stop, which kind of saddened me. But on the other hand, at least we preserved it. Historically speaking, we made it an iconic album sleeve. But that really upset me because the bus stop's just been sitting there doing nothing for as long as I've known it, and no buses ever stopped there because the route's been cancelled, and some tow rag decided to smash it all up. Well, they ripped down the cycle lane pole first and used that as a battering ram against it. And they didn't just do it one night. They went back and they finished the other panels. Luckily it weren't glass, it was plastic, but they put all the plastic windows through. So now it looks like a complete wreck, which is a bit sad because, like I said, it's been sitting there unattended, unassuming, all those years. But hey, that's the mentality of modern life, isn't it, really? It's all a bit sad. 21 people in. Woohoo! Woohoo! Bones says, forget it's late there. Well, yeah, it's 10 past 11 of the evening. You've seen, like I say, Herb's up there and Verity's over there. So I can't be as loud as I want. That's why I say to the missus, can we move so I can actually have my own room? This isn't my room. This is the family room as well. The TV's there, the sofas are there. I get a corner. Somebody, when they watched the 360 video, said, "Oh, it's good to see the rest of your streaming room." This isn't my streaming room. It's the living room. I have this corner. I'm blessed to have a corner. I had a room before. It's gradually getting smaller and smaller. I'll have a sock drawer to record out of soon. But yeah. So it would be nice to have some more space. My own office would be nice. Roger says, I loved your Dan Electro sitar demo. First time I heard one was on Close to the Edge. Well, again, there've been I might go and get it. I've got a cup of coffee. I might pull it over. Because if people aren't aware, I do have another channel. I know. It's because of all the other business. I thought I'd have a dedicated music channel, and then the review stuff can go here. So if they want to nuke this channel, they can, and it doesn't affect the other thing. Yeah, it's all a bit complicated and more trouble than it's worth. But on the music channel, I've been doing some guitar stuff and things. I'm going to go through. I think I might go through all of them and just talk about them, and and maybe do a video about them, because it's it's better than talking about music all the time, isn't it? It drives me a bit, talking about music all the time. sometimes it can be a little bit dull. And if I'm bored with it, I'm sure you guys must be bored of it. I put my fan on. It's a bit warm in here. So yeah, Christopher says hello. Progressive greetings from Sweden. Hello. Peter Cushing says, how's Darren? Yeah, I'm all right, I suppose. Holding on in quiet desperation. Am I keeping the sitar guitar? That is a good question. My head says dump it. My heart says, oh, keep it. Head says, I mean, the funny thing is you can't get them. There's only one place you can get them, and that's at Thomann, which is a German online store. There is a link. I have an affiliate link, kind of. I think it's an affiliate link in my demo. So click on that, and I don't know what I get. I think they send me Bratwurst or something like that. Oh no, I'm cancelled now. It's a joke. It's a joke. But yeah, I was just, again, I like the weird and wonderful stuff. I like the weird and wonderful guitars, stuff that's odd. Yeah, a bit unusual. And I don't know how I came across that, but I thought, oh wow, they've got one. And I went to Dan Electro's page to look up the specs and everything, and it says buy. So I clicked on the buy button, and you couldn't find it anywhere in the US. So I'm thinking, oh, that's odd, because this is obviously a reissue that they've done legitimately, but only one place in the world has got one. Well, in Europe anyway. That's in Thomann. So I thought, I'll give it a go, see what it's like. But I knew in my head, because again, it's one of those guitars that you're not going to use on everything. You're only going to use it to accentuate certain things, just to give some tonal interest, to the songs. But it's freaky and unusual, and it's a talking point, and it's something that you could hang on the wall. I like it. I just like the design of it. It's it's aesthetically pleasing. And this year I've been, like I said, I've been trying to only do things that please me. Why have all these fucking CDs and records when they don't always please me? Sometimes some of them actually upset me, deeply upset me. So why do I hold on to them? And I dumped a lot, and I'm going to dump more. But I thought, well, why don't we just get things that actually pleases you? Guitars, they please you. You like looking at them, you like playing them, you like feeling them, you like drooling over them, you like maintaining them. Just do that. Please yourself. Please yourself. And also gives you a chance to do some videos about it. Again, I don't know if I'll get many views, because I don't know how to do popular videos anymore. If I knew, I'd do them. Some things blow up and some things don't, and I can't figure out what the fucking rhyme and reason is of any of it. But back to the Dan Electro guitar. I wouldn't say it's a great instrument. Yeah, it sounds vaguely like a sitar, but there's some bad tuning / intonation, action. I've been playing around with the action, trying to get it to trigger. If you have it too high, it's just a regular guitar. If you have it too low, it's buzzy beyond belief. And so there's this sweet spot. But the low E string or D string, because I'm doing it to drop D at the moment, just sounds crap. Whereas the other strings sound okay, sound all right. That string just sounds awful, and I can't get it that sweet spot. Even when it arrived, it was like, yeah, it's just, they weren't happy with it. And also, it does choke when you go past the 12th fret. So it's like, well, it doesn't really function. It doesn't function properly as a guitar. So I've been fiddling around with it. Again, I don't know. I don't know where the I don't know if I can even adjust the truss rod without taking the neck off, and I don't fancy doing that. Don't fancy trying to do that with that, because it's not a wooden body, it's a composite body. So I have visions of me unscrewing the neck and never be able to get the neck back on again. So the part of me is like, keep it as something to talk about, and you can use it. I used it on a track today. Was it today or yesterday? I can't remember. It's all blurring into one. Monday. No, I put it on a track I'd already recorded just to add a little bit of piquancy to the track, and it sits in there really nice. It sounds really good in there. But then there's another part of me goes, well, dump it down and you could buy a different guitar, and we could do a video about another guitar, you know. So that's that. I don't know. I'm in two minds. But the Fender Tele that I got, which is sitting here, I did a solo. Recorded a solo with that today on a track, and it just it's very good. It's very, very good, and yeah, very good. Very, very good. Payne says that bus stop will be a bigger tourist attraction as the crossing of Abbey Road one day. Absolutely, when I'm dead and buried. You know, it's just you see things, and you know, some bastard has to smash something up or draw on it, or you know, graffiti, and you know, it's it's all rather dumb. Oh, 38 people are in now. Just took a bit of time to warm up, didn't it? Took a bit of time to warm up because I was early. Brendan says, any love for Jean-Luc Picard? No, Ponty, the violinist. Well, he's all right, I suppose. The violin is a hard instrument to love, isn't it? It's lots of wailing. It's like cats wailing, isn't it? You know, it takes a lot to control it. You know what I've heard through. What was he in? What was he? He was with that band, wasn't he? I always get confused. Was he in Weather Report, or was it Mahavishnu Orchestra? Or was it both? I don't know. We did the one we did with John Anderson. That was kind of fun, but you know, violinist, isn't it? Yeah. What do you do with that? What do you do with that, eh? What do you do with that? Payne says your studio spaces have never gotten larger, only smaller. That's true. They're getting smaller and smaller. Maybe a shoebox next, indeed. Payne says, Enigmatic Ocean, great album. Brandy says, hey Darren. I say, hey David. Andrew says, evening Darren. I say, evening Andrew. David says, I think the songs Barrett did after Floyd are the better lot. That's where the great songwriting lies. I can't stand them, David, sorry. I don't get the appeal. They're not very good songs. They're just lauded because it's Syd Barrett, and Syd Barrett's an acid casualty, and that's that. If it was put out by Syd with an I, you know, Barrett, who was completely unknown, they'd go, what is this bollocks? You know what I'm saying? John says, hey Darren, what are your thoughts on Asia featuring John Payne? Asia? You know, Asia's a 4-letter word. Andrew says, do you go for the old anniversary reissues market? Well, I tend to cover them purely because of prog review. It's not something I seek out. I mean, unless there's something interesting, you know. But even now, I'm kind of tired of it all because everything's been reissued, you know, 1,000 times before. So, you know, my interest is waning somewhat. But yes and no. You know, if it's of interest, then I'll cover it. But a lot of the time, I swerve because I can't afford it. Buying sitars. But you know, there's not a lot out there that interests me at the moment. You know, in the reissue, you know, again a lot of this. Oh, we've remixed it and it's like, yeah, you can't polish a turd a lot of the times. Remember, the artistic statement happened in the studio, where the original album was recorded, with the original band standing there in the fug of cigarette smoke. You know, oh yeah, bring the bass up a bit. No, bring down the snare. You know, and it would, you know, that's where the band, as a band, or maybe not as a band, depending on the band, you know, decided how the album should sound. And then when, I don't know, Stevie Weasel comes along and does it, 99% of the cases the band has no say on the final product. It's all, you know, brought about by the record company, the record label. Again, there are only a handful of remixes that are sanctioned by the band. Genesis ones, which everybody hates, yet went through committee to get made, and it took a bloody long time. Mike Oldfield, and that's about it really. The rest are done by third parties on the behest of record companies to make you know, make more money. The bands have very little say in the final product, other than to rubber stamp it, because they get a share of the cash when the royalty checks are sent out at the end of the year. So it's all a bit, you know, smoke and mirrors. But saying that, if it's cheaper than trying to track down a first pressing, then go that way. Contentious is hit the like people. It doesn't hurt at all. Oh, I don't know about that. Payne says, I've made it for the first time in a few weeks. He's been staying away. I think he's got a secret girlfriend. Lenin's in. He's in the car listening to Days of Future Past. That's nice. Cheer up, old chap. I'm perfectly cheerful. Thank you very much. Perfectly cheerful. Though now Herb's gone back to school, there is a strong possibility we could all die of COVID-19. So he is the weak link in our isolation. For we are all isolated except Herb. Now he's back at school, which is, you know, could be a bit worrying. Rise says hi. Rise says hi. Hi, Rise. Lenin says he couldn't do his reviews because the memory on his phone is full and got to make some serious deletes. John says, any thoughts on MIDI guitars? Well, God blimey, MIDI guitar, eh? Puh. What do I know about MIDI guitar? What do I know? What do I know about MIDI guitar? I mean, I've only been using, like, you know, guitar synthesizers since 1994. Fuck me, what do I know? I don't know. I thought they were a good idea, but then, you know, when it comes down to it, do you want a piano played like a guitar? No, you want a piano played by like a piano. Do you want a trumpet played like a guitar? No, you want a trumpet played like a trumpet. There are many issues. There are many issues to address when it comes to MIDI guitar. The technology will never be that good. Will never be that good. Never be that good. You know, I use something called MIDI 2 Guitar, which is a software plugin that works in Logic, that is basically pitched to MIDI, and for what I need, it does the job admirably. But then I'm not one of these people that's going to widdly and wants it to sound like a piano played really badly. So, you know, again, if I'm going to do keyboard stuff, I use a fucking keyboard. You've got to multitask. You've got to broaden your horizons. So if I'm doing keyboard things, they're usually played on the keyboard. I only ever tend, again, when I'm looking back, I only ever tend to use the MIDI to trigger synthesizer patches to do the ambient noodly stuff, you know, which I can do all in software. And I have a big tonal palette, a variety of patches and synthesizers to trigger. But yeah, I mean, the thing is the technology over the years has improved, though companies like Roland, you know, they've got the technology, but their last one, I actually tried, oh god, what was it, the SY, is it the SY 1000 or whatever it was? It's their flagship synthesizer. And I got it in. It was just as the lockdown began. I thought I was going to do something with it, but I remember it arrived on a Friday, and I was so disgusted with it. It was so appallingly bad, from the quality of the screen, which was a tiny LCD screen, to the sounds that it made, which sounded fucking appalling. I sent it back for a refund, you know, which was delayed because of the whole COVID thing. So, but I got my money back. But I've never been so disgusted by a piece of gear before. Like, totally disappointed, because this was like a flagship guitar synth. I thought, well, I'm going to give it a go. maybe do a review, maybe do a patch demo or whatnot. And I came away from it saying, thinking, God, I can't even review this because it is so bad. Yet all these shills on YouTube, oh, this is great, oh, this is fantastic, oh, and it was bollocks. And I've been using guitar synths since the Roland GR1, that long ago, and it's got to a point now where you get the feeling that Roland just couldn't give two fucks about MIDI guitar or guitar synthesizers, and that's it. That's my opinion. So, like I said, it's a rabbit hole you don't necessarily want to fall down in this day and age. Even though the technology has improved, the technology has also got worse. In terms of guitar gear, the VG99 was the best thing Roland ever did, and they never improved on it. In terms of guitar synthesizers, GR33, in terms of it actually sounding like a synthesizer. Now they've gone for the analog because everyone wants to make bleep bloop noises. No, they don't. They want trumpets and pianos. But they dumped FM synthesis for analog synthesis. So if you want a trumpet, it's going to sound like a damp fart through a wet sock. It's not good. It's not good. But yeah, it's fun for a while. But then you look at the cost of it and think, damn, I could buy an app that does this for what I want to use it for. Pitch to MIDI. There we go. So hopefully that's answered your question. Ian's in. He says, good evening. Good evening, Ian. Someone likes the t-shirt. Don't hear any snoring. She is snoring. But I'm using the Sub-Zero ISO ball. Go and check it out on my other channel. Go on. And so it should muffle the dog's snores. ISO ball. Needs more snoring, yeah. Robert Payne said my secret girlfriend is secret to me too. Seduced by sleep I was. Sleep. Sleep's the future. Payne says the Days of Future Past is a bit of a snore. Absolutely. It's boring. Best album that uses a Mellotron. I don't know. Well, that one. There. That one. I win. I am the best. I won. Because I knew the answer before you'd even asked the question. He does it again. He's a genius. Poly Palvast. He says, hi Darren. Optimistic about the Kinks reunion? Couldn't give a fuck. Ray Davies can't sing, can he? He just talks the words. I don't care. No one really cares about the Kinks, do they? Not anymore. Pegasus says, how's my groove been? Oh, it's a bit soggy tonight because it was raining. Payne says, thoughts on Hamill's in a foreign town? Oh, I don't know. Let me have a look at the track listing offhand because I can't recall it. In a foreign town. I've got the vinyl somewhere. I think I've got the vinyl to that one. Let me have a look. Oh god, that's not right. That's a film. Peter Hamill. Because some of these albums are completely and utterly forgetful. Especially, the 80s albums. Yeah, looking at it. Yeah. I think Sci-Finance is probably the track, isn't it? But I have no memory of that record. Again, a lot of these 80s stuff is very forgettable. Very forgettable. I'm just looking at the 80s albums. So boring. Black Box is like the last good one. Sitting Targets is kind of alright because you've got Breakthrough, My Experience. Sitting Targets, Stranger Still. Yeah. In Entropy. I'll start doing everything in Hamleys. But I like a black box a lot. I got that cheap I think it was in Virgin Megastar on vinyl. Still got the copy. I think it was like a 99p one. Back in the day. Those were the days. But yeah. But no, I don't have any thoughts about that one. Lenin says, I listened to the album with Andy Summers that you recommended. That blew me away. Good. Contentious says, my now 8-year-old daughter got scared the first time I played electric guitar for her. Now, I still mainly play acoustic. Do you play much acoustic? And how do your children feel about Dad's music? I don't play acoustic because I live in a flat and I don't want to be the arsehole who plays guitar in a flat. We went through that the other week, didn't we? I don't think my children care what I do. They largely ignore me and only come to me when they want problems solved. Dad, how do I record this, Dad? But no, I don't think I don't play my music to people. I just do it and I put it on the internet. I'm not like Mike Oldfield, who makes his missus listen to his albums. You know, I might say to the missus if she's passing, "Oh, what do you think of this?" And she'll hear a bit of what I'm doing. Does this sound all right? I haven't done this before, have I? Not that she'd know, because she hasn't heard everything I've recorded. So, but the days of me, playing music, my own music on the hi-fi, are long gone. Something I would have done a long time ago when I was analysing what I was doing and thinking, that needs to go, and that mix, learning mixing, because you play it on different volumes and that, and now I'm old. I don't really care about the mix anymore. just put it out. Nobody cares. But no, I don't think they really notice what I do. Any love for Portishead? That was the 90s, wasn't it? Then he says, I'm not planning to get the Gong box set until next month. I'm glad you've settled that one. He's saving the money for his mother's birthday. And that's the right. Spend all the money on her. Renee says, hey Renee. Reese says, new Portishead album. No, I don't know. I don't think there is. Payne says, the only guitar synth now is the Boss SY range of pedals, but why even want to sound like another instrument? Play guitar because I like the sound of a guitar. Yeah, well, there's that. But again, in the old days, it was quite nice to have the option of putting down some swirly synthy stuff in the background, or again, it wasn't even to be a synthesist. It was just more of a background noise, And again, I didn't have access to a keyboard. I didn't have the space because I was in my bedroom, and my bedroom was even smaller than this. So it was more practicality than anything else. I can get more with my guitar with two pedals, like a guitar pedal and another guitar pedal, and so it was more done out of necessity to broaden my sonic palette, as it were. And then it kind of stuck with me, and then, like I say, in the late 90s, 99 I think it was, that's when we went to the VG8, I think was the first one, and that allowed you to model other guitars, acoustics, 12 strings, Telecasters, all sorts of hollow bodied guitars and whatnot, and it was really good. And so was the VG88, but the VG99 was the peak. And the thing with that is, I could have carried on using it, but one day I know it's going to go wrong and I'm going to find it hard to replace it. So I thought, well, why don't I just simplify everything? I've talked about this before, but that all came from using the GR1 back in '94 and messing around with that, and because it opened up all manner of possibilities, of doing stuff. But no, it's good to have, but I don't know if it's essential. And also, you can have fun making your guitar sound not like a guitar in other ways. You know, there are various effects units and pedals and plugins and whatnot that you can use instead. So, you know, there's lots of options. I just don't think any company these days takes it seriously as an option for guitarists. You know, it's not a. And again, why would you want to make your guitar sound like an analog synth? It's not the disco craze of the 70s, is it? We're in modern times. You know, doing actual, you know, proper synthesis like FM synthesis, and, you know, give it the ability to do piano noises or proper, you know, stereo synth noises, whereas you end up with an analog squelch. Wow, that's useful. I can really use that in my music. Great. My guitar now sounds like a fart. Brilliant. How much did you want for this pedal? £1,000? Brilliant. Yeah. But there you go. Lenin says, oh, he's talking about that album that's boring. And that's my certain. It's the hit. It's the only song anyone remembers. Nobody cares for the rest of the record. It's the hit. I'm reaching the air. Patience isn't a fantastic album. Black Box is the best one. Black Box. David says, I'm going through Star Trek Next Generation and now I'm currently on season 4. Those were the days. Have you watched Picard by any chance? You won't get that time back. You won't get that time back if you watch Picard. Absolutely not. No way. Have I seen Rick and Morty? Wubba lubba dub dub. Of course, I'm a big fan. I've spoken about it before. I love me some Rick and Morty. Payne says, I suppose a lot of the ambient stuff is done by people using delay-based effects these days. The early concept of sound like was fun. Well, you know, again, it's, you know, if you're a guitarist, you don't necessarily want to, you know, branch out to learn another instrument. You don't necessarily want to, you know, tackle the keyboard or whatnot. And again, there are certain things that you can do on a guitar that you can't do on a keyboard. I think maybe there isn't. Like the well, again, it's we're talking about technology, like vibrato and, you know, bending strings and that. You can't necessarily get that expressionism, that level of expressionism on a keyboard, though there are keyboard controllers now, like that one that they brought out by that company who does the blocks. You know, you can wobble your finger over it, and I think the Arturia Micro Freak has a similar thing that you can, you know, the more of your finger is on the controller, you can make it adjust the filter and whatnot to give it some sort of expressionism. But yeah, I mean, you know, and the problem again, also the problem when you're using old gear, even if you tweak with the patches and feed them into other things, you end up thinking that sounds awfully like a GR33 or a GR1 or whatnot. You can actually recognise the synthesizer, and I think, you know, now I can trigger a Triton patch, because I used to have a Korg Triton, which was a great synthesizer, and they brought it out as a plugin, which is great. It's fantastic. I love it. It's never going to go wrong. It's always going to work. So now I can do that. So it gives me that flexibility, which is kind of cool. I like that. Oh yeah. I do good impressions, don't I? I really do. Payne says, a Black Box is indeed the best. It's Animal Turning Point album. A little of the 80s style, a little of the 70s. Again, I think it just came at the right time, and then after that he lost his way until Fireships. You know, Roaring 40s is kind of okay, but Fireships is probably one of it's probably his best one of the 90s. But there's an awful lot of, there's a lot of mediocre crap he does. I mean, I know you're going to love it, but let's be honest now. We're talking about the album as a whole. There might be some good songs on there. There might be some good songs that you really like. But I'm talking about the album as an art form as a whole. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Lennon's found that Camel album with Eno on. Payne says, I've seen Picard clips on YouTube. Seems like a rather slow way to watch an old man die. Or does he? Or does he die? That's it. Well, we've got to the end of the questions. This is a short one. It's because I came. Where is everyone? We've only got 37 people in. I've got a funny feeling that nobody knows this is going on. Is there anybody out there in Facebook land? Or I'm going to go and check. I'm going to have a look on Twitter and Facebook. See what's going on. Because it seems very quiet tonight. 38. Oh no, Periscope's got us 0 viewers on Periscope though. That can't be right, because I get like 50 odd views on Periscope when that's all finished. Obviously get more views here, obviously. Don't think we get anything on Facebook. Facebook, you're my Facebook. Oh, yeah, we're working there. Marvin is thumbs down. One person watching. Hello, Facebook. How about Twitch? Have we been to Twitch lately? Twitch. Oh God, how do you spell Twitch? Does anyone know how to spell Twitch? Twitch. Oh, it wants me to log in again. Oh, and then it's going to ask me to do the thing with the what's it. Oh, that's good. It didn't ask me to do that. That's good. Online. Yes, channel. Guess so. Am I there? Oh my God, I'm there. And there is nobody watching. Motherfucker. Absolute bastards. Oh well. That was nice. Picard is a waste of time. It was very, 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 very long and boring. Payne says, Fireships is such a beautiful record, not clunky sounding like the others. On the other hand, the noise is terrible sounding album, so cheap. Well, again, I think he upped his game with Fireships. The production is, again, he's a bit more effort involved, and I don't know. It's funny because I've kind of come to the end of my rope with Peter Hamill, because I don't think he's got anything really new to say, and it's all a bit, we've heard it all. Like I say, he needs to put us an album of comedy songs out. I want him to do the Laughing Policeman. That's what I want to hear. The Laughing Policeman. Yeah, that would be good. Twitch, that's right. Up in Yorkshire. Lenny News says, I'm going to throw all my greatest hits albums anyway. That's not right. Greatest hits albums are the best. Contentious says, I can't remember how I found your channel, but I've checked out unknown channels through comment sections. Do you ever drum up viewers by commenting on other reviewers or vinyl community channels? No. Why would I do that? I don't watch other music reviewers or hang around vinyl community channels. I'm a cult. I'm something that has C, U, and T in the makeup of the word, 4-letter word, C, U, T. Yeah, I'm a cult, and I intend to remain that way. I have no aspirations for YouTube infamy. I tried it with the other channel, the channel before this, and we had, like I said, 20,000 subs and 10 million views. God, the heady days. And where did it get me? The same as I am now. Nothing's changed. I get the same amount of views, same amount of traffic by starting again. Okay, nothing has changed. Now I don't know if it's because my content's a load of shit. Yeah, it is a load of shit. I ain't got a problem with that. Or the algorithm says you're allowed to have this audience. That's your audience. We do not want you being seen by any more than this amount of people. You know, I don't know. I don't understand how YouTube works, because again, it was very different. In my day, when I started, there were fewer people on YouTube, but I used to get more views on my videos. On, you know, when I used to do the improvisational stuff, when I started back in 2007 and 6 and whatnot. And yeah, I used to get more views and there were fewer people. Now there's more people, I get fewer views. And that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. That doesn't make any logical sense. So YouTube must, you know, sculpt the viewing experience to a way that, yeah, you're going to get presented with the same old shit. And if you want to find stuff, you're going to have a hard time finding it. But no, I don't. That's up to you. You go around and promote me. I'm far too lazy to be doing that. I'll let you guys do it if you care. If you care about this sort of thing. And again, I don't really think it gets you anywhere. You know, again, it can also be considered by YouTubers comment spamming. And in these weird times, you've got to be so careful what you do in the YouTube environment, because they will take your channel down for nothing, for no reason. I keep hearing of people who have small channels who just wake up one morning and find out that it's gone, and they're not posted anything, you know, dubious. They've not had any flags, you know, any copyright strikes or whatnot. They just wake up and it's gone, and they'll get a message saying you have you know, been found to be abusing the community rules, and they won't say why, and that happens a lot. So I do what I do, and I view stuff using a completely separate channel to look at stuff, and I very rarely comment. I thumb stuff up, but I don't comment. I don't get involved with it, just in case someone cuts and pastes my comment and sends it to someone, because it's crazy out there. People are crazy. They want to bring you down. They want to destroy you. How are you going to destroy me? I'm no one. What are you going to do? Take my YouTube channel away from me? Do you remember last time when that happened? What did I do? I deleted it all. Because it doesn't mean anything. None of it means anything. All right? What means something is my music. You get to me via my music, or my children, or my family. You know? You take those away from me. But YouTube and social media, it's all meaningless. It's just something to do, isn't it, really? And if I can make a little bit of money out of it, hey, so I try and make a little bit of money out of it, which helps pay off the big lock debt mountain. But I've been paying a lot of it off. I've sold a lot of stuff recently. I've paid thousands and thousands off the debt. You know, it's going down, which is going in the right direction anyway, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really concerned with that. Payne says Hamill needs an album of songs like Polaroid. Exactly. That is it. That and Imperial Zeppelin. Imperial Zeppelin, Imperial Zeppelin. Oh, it's so imperial. Oh, it's so imperial. When the missus first heard that back in, I don't know, 1989, she was convinced that I'd done the backing vocals at the end of Imperial Zeppelin. I said, that's impossible. I don't think I was even born when this was recorded. I love that story. She still thinks it sounds like me. Lenin's gonna go shopping. SHOPPING, we're shopping. Patrick says, thoughts on exemplary President Jair Bolsonaro being diagnosed with COVID? He's the Brazilian Trump, isn't he? I'm fine. I've got COVID. Whips off mask. I don't know. He's a bit of an idiot, isn't he? He won't be happy until everyone in Brazil's dead. The world's gone mad. COVID-19 is a very strange virus. We talked about this before. Some people, it's just a snotty nose. Some people, they don't even show symptoms. They are asymptomatic and they carry on about their day spreading the virus. And then there are others who it kills. And that's the weird bit. You're not telling me that this isn't created in a lab? A virus doesn't care. A virus doesn't care if you're black, white. It doesn't care if your blood type is O. You know, it doesn't care if you're diabetic. It doesn't care if, I don't know, you're asthmatic. A virus just wants to replicate. That's all it does. But this virus, it likes certain people. It does better in certain people. And that's really unusual for viruses, because viruses usually treat humans all the same. So there you go. Very strange, that. But hey, that's what you get for going into a cave where it's full of bats and scooping them up and, you know, and taking samples from their guts. You're going to find viruses that are not meant to be out into the public. That's what the Chinese were doing. The Wuhan labs were going there, getting bat samples and looking at the various viruses in their guts to see if they could find or at least replicate a SARS-like virus, which they could then find a cure for. Yeah, think about that. I think they created this virus in order to create an antivirus for SARS, and it kind of went a bit wrong. That's why it does really well in enclosed spaces. It's built for a lab. Go outside, in the fresh air, you're fine. You're fine with it. But in closed spaces, lab-born. Or caves. Caves are enclosed spaces. That's where the bats live. Where anyone got any tinfoil? Anyone got any tinfoil? Alex says, what's up, everyone? Oh, we're just talking about COVID-19. Payne says, did you hear about the American actress who's got 1.3 million subs on her first video thanks to help from YouTube? Oh, Brie Larson. Well, she's Marvel, isn't it? Captain Marvel. Yeah, but look, she's got her fame to help her there. And, you know, it was the same when Will Smith signed up, you know. He weren't going to get like 100 subs and crash out, was he? If you already got the celebrity, you're going to do well on any social media. You know, but it's the little folks. It's building a community that's the hard part these days. And again, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I need to be spamming comments everywhere. Please look at my channel, please. Just comes across as a bit desperate. Oh, please do it. I mean, I used to go onto a couple of forums if there was a big release and go, oh, look, I've looked at this. You might be interested. But then, you know, I look through the forums and then I go, he's a fucking cunt. He don't know fuck all. What a fucking cunt. And so I thought, well, I won't post there ever again. I won't go back there. And like I said, I'm persona non grata on quite a few forums because they don't like me because, gee, I once said something bad about an album they really liked. You know, if that's the most they've got to worry about, then they're doing all right, isn't it, really? But yeah, I'm not allowed to have an opinion, apparently. I've got to like all albums because that's what a review is. And remember, folks, a review is a positive view of an album. That's what a review is. Only positives. You can never, ever talk in the negatives about anything because that's not a review. I have people leaving comments like that and you just go, oh, please. That's not bad though, is it? Patrick says she doesn't seem like the nicest person. Reese says, what do I think of the new Sia thing? I'll get it right in a minute. Sia's new single, Together. Is that the one when they're on the sofa? Because I thought it was alright. I quite like her music actually, because she has was it Maddie Ziegler as her dancer, and she's fantastic. And I quite like Sia. She's alright. Australian. She's about 93. That's why she wears the wig. Contentious says, I hear smoke alarms are going off. I guess dinner's ready. I'll watch the rest of this later, thanks. See you, Contentious. Payne says, does the Mrs. have a favourite Hamill song? Yeah, it'd probably be Imperial Zeppelin. Payne says, Amazon Mr. Trick not doing shipping. We're shipping an ad. Well, give them a chance. At the moment, they're doing lovely ads with people wearing masks saying, we work in a wonderful environment. And they do. Amazon, if they say that they're going to deliver something on Thursday, I know my new teapot is arriving on Thursday. That's why I buy from them. I bought some socks from, was it Marks and Spencer's, and they were due to be delivered last Wednesday. Didn't turn up to the following Monday. Nah, that's unacceptable. Told the missus, get the socks from Amazon. We buy Chinese socks, cheap Chinese socks from Amazon. But she insisted on Marks and Spencer's, and see what happens. They were delayed. Keeps your head fresh as well, tinfoil. Keeps your head fresh. But you can't put your head in the microwave when you've got tinfoil out on. It's just not good. Reese says, yes, she did the sofa thing with Maddie Ziegler. She was great. I know. I've seen it then. I've seen it. Dredge goes, favourite doctor from Doctor Who? It's got to be Tom Baker, isn't it? Because he was my doctor. Pink says, hello, Don. I can't stay long. I've turned 27. Congratulations. And I'm celebrating with the family. Want to step in and say hi. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, we were fine. Have a good birthday. Go on. Whoops, nearly knocked my cup off there. Go on, sod off. Go and enjoy your birthday. You don't want to be with us sad old farts. We're finished. We're over the hill. We're done we are the wrecks of humanity. Do not grieve for us, for we're already dead. But yeah, happy birthday. Payne says, I enjoyed Davy Gilmore's reaction. Was hoping it would be more views though. Yeah, but I did that deliberately because I didn't name it. The night title of I deliberately called it I'll have toast. Because I wanted to see again. I'm trying to see what YouTube does and how important the title is. I might switch it over to the proper title next week and see if there's a massive spike in traffic. If there isn't, then I know that YouTube does filter and funnel my traffic. Because you're telling me that only, I don't know, 500 people are interested in the review of that song. I think more people are involved. Look, did I show you how they killed my ear syringe video? It was getting hundreds of views. Oh crikey, where did I put the picture? Here we go. This is the picture. Yeah. Oh crikey. Look. Let me just drag this onto the screen. I did this last week, but this shows you what YouTube does. Look, this is the views for my my ear syringe video on my other channel, right? And this is for 18th of June to 24th. This is a week's worth of, and it had 537 views, and it's down 38% because I was getting quite a lot of views, and look how they killed it. YouTube killed it. I didn't kill it. YouTube did. They flicked a switch. The algorithm says no, this video is of no value to anyone, and so they killed it. They stopped delivering it to people, and that's what they do. If they decide that your video is only worth 500 views, you're getting 500 views, and it's weird. So, you know, it is what it is. So I don't even think about it. I don't think about views or traffic or anything these days. I make videos, and then I make another video, and then I make another video, and then maybe in a year's time I might think, oh, I wonder how that did. Oh, it only had 100 views, and I'm not upset about it. You know, I'm more surprised if it does better than that. But I can't even think about views now, or traffic, or subs, because I know that this whole thing is not real. It's manufactured. It's curated. You know, they dictate who are successes and who are failures. But do better content, Darren. Script it. Do better content. Do this. Do that. it won't make a whole heap of difference. Or maybe it will. If I sat down, got the green screen, or used a load of other people's clips and pictures that I don't own, and do it documentary style, which everyone's doing because that's seen as having some sort of inherent value, and it's all bollocks. It's all bollocks. It's all cribbed from fucking Wikipedia or whatnot. But because they polish the turd, it gets the traffic, it gets the views. Whereas if you're just talking to a camera, I could give you the secret of the secret meaning of life on a video. I could say, look, the secret to life is, and it would change your life, and the 100 people that watch it, it would change their lives, right? The advice I give you would make you richer, fitter, happier, more productive, virile, better looking, and I could make that video and it will only get 200 views because I'm not doing it in front of a green screen, because I'm not using other people's footage or putting a fancy fucking soundtrack on it, because it's just my ugly mug talking to a camera. And it knows, it can recognise, the algorithm knows exactly the content of what you're putting up, whether it's a face or whether it's, you wouldn't know what goes on behind the scenes. There is a lot of weird shit happening behind the scenes, and you cannot trust YouTube as a platform. It is what it is, and if you get successful, you played the game well. But for the likes of me, this is it, and that's it. And it doesn't worry me. We just carry on, because I know what it was when I started to what it is now, because I've been here long enough to know that none of this actually adds up, and then that's without arseholes like that company who can come along and dump 33 strikes on me, and I've not even used any of their music, because hey, they can do that to you. Everyone can take away your channel like that. It can go, and there's nothing you can do about it, because you're just another sausage coming out of the machine. So it is what it is, and I don't care about it. People say, oh, he doesn't care. That's right, I don't care, because you can't get precious about any of this stuff, because it's here today and gone tomorrow. The things I get precious about are the things that, the music and the things I create. And the dog. Hello, dog. You alright? Yeah, okay. It's not snoring. And that's what I'm precious about. But YouTube, it's not real. Payne says, I see you did put Pink Floyd in the title though. Not that it helped. Exactly. Again, it was deliberate. I'm just trying to see what happens. I'll strip that out. In fact, I might just do that now. Let's do that now and see if we'll have a look next week. We'll look at the stats next week. So, what's that bleeding song called? I Have No Bananas. Right, what we'll do is we'll change it to live listen. What's it called? Yes, I have ghosts, and we'll see if there's any uptick. Yes, I have ghosts, and we'll knock out the Davey Boy Gilmore bit, right? And we'll add new single review. How's that? And I think I've maxed out the description there, and we'll see if that makes any difference. No, I'll probably need to put a thumbnail. Shall I put a thumbnail of Davey Boy Gilmore? Let's have a look. Let's see. I Have Ghost, David Gilmore. Let's really play the game, shall we? And use his mug. Let's see where's the album? Oh my goodness, I can't use that. That will scare the kids off. Let's have a look. I'm being mean, aren't I? What a mean old bastard I am. Oh, there you go. There we go. Use a picture of that. Oh, that's not good, is it? Save image to downloads. That's it. There's the thumbnail, and there we go. We'll see if they'll get any more traffic. There we go. Title between 20 and 70 characters. You generally want your video title to be long enough to be descriptive, but not too long where it becomes hard to read. Ah, okay. Okay, so we'll knock out live listen and knock out Pink Floyd as well. There, I've got it down to this is it. This is perfect, and we're going to see the traffic spike next week. Traffic's going to spike. Payne says, I saw another review of Yes, I'm a Host to contrast it with yours. Particularly, they were quite positive. Oh, yeah, everyone was positive because it's Davy Boy, Dave Gilmour, because he is great. He's a genius. He's a genius. But his missus wrote the lyrics, and it's it just shows you that in terms of ideas, he doesn't have any. This is what Roger Waters was working with. It's like, Dave, have you got any songs? You go, I've got this one. It's the same bloody progression as Fat Old Son, you Burke. I can't use that. You know? No, but I mean, again, it's if you want that kind of maudlin, slow-paced, old-age pensioner rock, yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? But, yeah, you'd listen to it once. There's no need to listen to it again, is there? You don't think, do you know what? I've really got to listen to that again. It really touched me. I don't know if you want Davy Boy Gilmour touching you. Maybe you do. I don't know. But no, not for me. It was pleasant enough, but that's it. Pleasant don't cut it these days, isn't it? It was nice. It was nice. Only biscuits are nice. Payne says, no matter what you do, you'll always be making videos for the regulars. That's how it is. That's it. But again, it's not a big deal. You know, I'm glad that I've got the audience I've got. I'm incredibly grateful for it. You know, that again, and I expect you lot to spin away eventually. You go, oh fuck, I'm sick of looking at these ugly mug, because it happens. You know, people come and go. You'll have groups that come and watch, and then who disappear, and you never see them again. And in a way, it's a bit sad because. It's like your children leaving home, but it happens. You outgrow things, and that's all part of. It's all part of life, really, and it's kind of an extension of that. People move on, but I don't know. It is what it is, but it's like everything else. What annoys me is my lack of recognition for my music. My deepest fear is that. Well, I'll tell you this: I'm getting a lot of Shazams on one of my tracks, and I'm really worried that it's being used in an advert or something. It's an unnaturally high amount of Shazams on one track of mine, and I'm thinking, wow, is that being used on an advert? I had it with Trumpster, a song of mine, which used to get an awful lot of downloads and plays in Australia, and I'm thinking, I think it's been used illicitly in an advert, which was really odd. But I don't know. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Payne says, maybe, yes, I Ghost, David Gilmour's versus Roger Waters feud. Yeah, that would have done. I should have done that. I should have pushed the feud aspect of it. I should have said, which is better? Waters versus Gilmour. Other Payne says, it was an inspiring video of a 74-year-old man on his holidays. Was it in Greece? Yeah, with Boris Johnson's dad. Oh, he's already cracked the joke. Oh dear. Ajax says, your description of Gilmour's new track could be used to describe Roger Taylor's new song, Isolation. Blimey, I haven't listened to that one. Tend to keep away from Roger Taylor's stuff. It's alright, isn't it? He's still banging the drums lightly. So he's got the right idea. Roger Taylor, he barely hits the drums these days. And he's got a backup percussionist who really hits the drums for him. And that's how you do it. And that's how you don't damage your back and your arms and your joints, because he's just like, No, he's still hitting the drums, but he just doesn't hit them hard. He's got the percussionist to do that. And that is how you do it when you're an old man. Cyrus is in. He says, I've just got back from the first 2 days of auditions from my thesis film. Ooh, it's the new Christopher Nolan. It's all going to happen. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Well, good luck with all that. I can imagine it'd be quite a tricky thing to pull together. Carl says, after I complained that the Gilmore song was just a fourth-rate Leonard Cohen bit, someone told me that it was done in that way on purpose to match his Mrs. book or something. I guess it's for the audiobook. Well, yeah, again, she did this. It's your fucking wife. It's your fucking wife. And that's why Roger Waters said we might as well call it Spinal Tap. It was a thinly veiled reference to, it's your fucking wife. Watch Spinal Tap. Again, Polly Sampson's greasy fingerprints are all over it. And that's fine. And that's fine. But don't use the Pink Floyd bloody website to promote it. One hand washes the other. He's going to, David, will you write a song for my new book? But it's a book. Yeah, but it could really do with a song. And seeing as you're David Gilmour, who's played with Pink Floyd, who sold millions and millions and millions of albums, it might really make you look good if you write a song for my book. You can see why she's done it, can't you? Oh dear. Payne says, no one hits the drums more likely than Alan White. No one. I don't think he even plays the bass drum anymore. Yeah, but he's injured himself. Alan can't help it. Leave him alone. I won't have you having a go at Alan. He can't help it. He's hurt. He's hurt himself. Did you know he played with John Lennon on Imagine? Did you know that? He did. He did. Just in case you didn't know that. Cyrus says, thoughts on Yes I Have Ghosts. I did a video, mate. Go and look it up. Cushion says Taylor might be using the drum triggers. He taps them. It sounds like John Bonham. You might have like really heavy feet though. He might have weights in his shoes. Imagine that. But he wouldn't be able to lift his legs up. But yeah, he could though. I mean that would be a really good way, especially if you are, if he has got drum triggers on everything. So you could even do that with contact microphones. With certain contact microphones, just a light tap of a drum will make it sound like a cannon's going off. So Carl says he should have done it in doubly. Absolutely. Lenny's back. Woohoo! He says, are you sure it isn't to be used on a fleet of ice cream vans, like Greensleeves? Payne says, I didn't even know Dave kept a guitar. Maybe he bought one off of eBay to record the new song. He uses Fender Squiers now, all of them. He said, I don't need to have any of these guitars because Fender's guitars are so good, I can just get one. There is a video of him actually on YouTube of him being shown around the Fender depot. I think it's in Hertfordshire somewhere. It's like a secret depot. And he's just allowed to just walk in and pick up a guitar and walk out with it. Cunt. Yeah, you just take whatever you want, mate. I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that. You're not putting them on eBay, are you? No, I'm not putting them on eBay. No, I've got a new album to record. It's going to be really good. New Pink Floyd album. In fact, I better have another one of those. You better not be putting them on eBay, Dave. You better. It's David, not Dave. All right, David. You better. Wait a minute. Your eBay. It's Dave Gilmour 1974, isn't it? Ah, you got me. I've sold them all on eBay. I would have got it if it weren't for those pesky kids. Would have got away with it. Payne says, I think Mr. Gilmour borrowed the guitar from a local school. He gets an awful lot of free guitars, man. A lot of free guitars. It's funny because the guys that don't need the free guitars, the guys with all the money in the world get the free guitars, and us poor bastards who need the free guitars, we have to pay top whack for them. Where's the justice in that, eh? It's the wrong way round. They should make the millionaires pay £1 million for each guitar and then give us all the free guitars. Was it Lenin says it was scary shopping with the virus on the loose? Peter Christian says, are you trying to get sued by Davey Boy? I think he's got bigger fish to fry. He's got to think up new songs for his missus' new colouring book. But I'm sure he really worries about that shit after he's counted all his fucking money. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's time to. Well, 1 hour 15. This is a bit of a slow one. Oh, Lenin says he can't stand Gilmore these days. I don't like him sitting down either. But yeah, I mean it's something to do, and it keeps him off the streets. Lenin likes Waters and Barrett. Carl says, what's the deal with these Gilmore family videos on social media? The ones where they look like it's in the backyard or something. It's not a backyard, it's a set. It's an actual set to make it look like they're a rustic family in the countryside with hay bales and chickens and cardboard cows. I don't know. I stay away from that shit because it's shit. Alright? Because life is too fucking brief to go blowing smoke up David Gilmour's family's arsehole. It's too... Oh, this is brilliant. You should read the face. Oh, David. Oh, it's so good to see you with your family. Especially Charlie. You know the one that got done? Who got sent to prison for that time? You know? That Charlie who's Coat Williams' son. Yeah, he's a good boy, isn't he? Oh, it's really good. It's really good seeing your fat. And you see that in all kissing arse. Oh, fuck me. Ugh. Makes me feel bilious just thinking about it. But hey, it keeps him relevant. Because this is what the fans want. It's what the fans want. The fans want him with his blanket over his knee, and he's got the old the tartan travelling blanket that you have in the back of the car when you're having a picnic. You know that he's got that over his knee, and he's got his little hat on, and he's not even Phil Collins, and he's like it. What do you want me to play, Polly? Do you want me to play Fat Old Son again? I know that one. I think I can remember that one. And then that's it. And it's jolly hockey sticks. Who wants some lemonade and a scone? Very, very middle class. Very middle class. Very, very middle class. But I don't know. I don't watch it. Peter Christian says, when is your online live performance? Well, it's now. We're live now. Payne says, the one where we experiment with the YouTube algorithm. Do you know what? I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to let you... That's the one. Cyrus says, I just kind of wish they would... Because, you know, my thumbnail of Stacia last week got banned. I got told off by YouTube saying, Mr. Locke, this is against... community guidelines, because I took a picture of Stacey and I put my face over her bits, so it was censored. It wasn't a rude picture because my face was there. And they didn't like it. So then I went in and I thought, blimey, I better edit out the pictures as well, because otherwise could get a bit nasty. So I edited the video. Didn't get picked up on Facebook, didn't get picked up on Periscope, didn't get picked up on Twitch. Funny that, especially Facebook. Because they don't like nipples. They've got a very strict nipple regime. I once got a 7-day ban for posting a picture of a man's knee on Facebook, and they thought it was a nipple. But it was a man's knee. I don't even know. I got a 48-hour ban for inciting hatred, because I said Americans who don't believe in the Holocaust are idiots. And I got a 48-hour ban for that. How radical of me. What a hate crime. It's like, did you actually read what I posted? Did you? Oh, I give up. Cyrus says, I just wish they would kind of come to some kind of agreement or just keep to their own business. Yeah, well, you know, they got the Pink Floyd, isn't it? He's got the, well, sorry, Polly Sampson's got the name now. He does he do Dominoes? Yeah. Yes, he has teeth. Oh, Tiny Silver Hammers has got a big round red face. I think I better block them, just in case, because I don't think they like it. Payne says, YouTube must think your face is more rude than the bare lady bits. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking they think I've got a face like a cunt. That's not very nice. That's not. How dare they? How dare they? But yeah, you can't have fun now. You can't have fun. You can't have any fun on YouTube. Lenin says, I know why the video for Urban Gorilla by Upwin is banned. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got to be very careful. Everyone's very sensitive. Very sensitive times we live in. Everyone gets offended. It's the beard and the lips. If you turn my face sideways, maybe, if I do this, turn my face sideways, you might be out here. Yeah. Lenin says, ironically, videos with blood, gore and violence aren't banned on YouTube. There are loads of videos that are very questionable that get a pass. Mind you, my ear syringe video, there's a lot of blood in that. Fake blood, mind. Fake blood. It was a brilliant bit of special effects, that. And it's a shame because it was a good Halloween prank. And I posted it again on Halloween. But no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Cyrus says, where do you draw the line with jokes and satire? Well, you should never really make jokes about the Holocaust, because you know I lost my grandfather in the Holocaust. He was drunk on duty and fell out of a watchtower at Auschwitz. I think you can make jokes about anything, but it's up to you. If you're offended by it, too bad. I mean, again, I don't like it when people make jokes about the disabled, because the disabled can't, you know, groups that can't defend themselves, groups that can't, you know, say, hey, that's not fair. And so, you know, I've never liked jokes about disabled, even as a kid. It's what first turned me off of John Lennon, because there's a clip of John Lennon doing a very famous, I guess we'd call it spastic face, in the black and white footage of the Beatles, and that instantly turned me off of him, because you don't see Paul McCartney doing that. And so I've always been sensitive to the needs of the disabled, because again, they're a group that can't fight their own corner, but everyone else, let's go for it. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Look, the best humour is vicious. The best humour is not, humour is nasty. As Chaplin said, you know, if an old lady walks along the road and slides on a banana skin, it's a great tragedy. However, if it's a businessman in his best suit and he's puffed up and he's full of arrogant pride and he slides on the banana skin, it's the most hilarious thing you've seen. That's all you've got to remember about comedy. It's the target. You know, some targets deserve it, some targets don't. You know. But hey, let's see. I think you've asked that question. Before, haven't you? Contentious says, I'm back with bare lady bits. Yeah, that was last week's one. Payne says the syringe video is just too brilliant for them. It's the video that I've probably worked the hardest on. No, actually, Cherries is the video I worked the hardest on, and that only got, I don't know, was it 300 views? And that was a work of sublime genius. And it really put me off, because there was a trilogy. There was Toast, and then there was Glitter. I think it was, Glitter. There was a trilogy of food-related comedy videos, but I just haven't got the heart to do the other two now, because I know no one's going to see them. No one's going to see them. But if I open a fucking box set by Pink Floyd, everyone's going to watch it. I'm cancelled. I am cancelled. Lenin says, I can find Cannibal Holocaust, one of the most violent films of all time that got banned in multiple countries. It can be easily found on YouTube. But Stacia from Hawkwind, with my face superimposed over her jubblies and her lady area. That broke community guidelines. I looked at community guidelines. It says no nudity. I edited the nudity out. You see, I was boxing clever. But no, my face is just as offensive as Stacey's bare lady bits. Oh well. Peter Cush says, that's it, you're cancelled. Absolutely. Yeah, I know Cannibal Holocaust, yeah, I know. Payne says, your ear video gets a no, but we keep getting adverts where the wax is tweezed out in an ear and they sell rubber corkscrew wax removers. You don't know how many ear syringes I've sold on the back of that video. But people do ask me for advice after they've insulted me, and I go, hey, just a joke. It was a Halloween prank. But then, you know, I don't know. Payne says, cherries and little because of your peak. Absolutely. Peter Cushing says, cannibals have their rights too. Minority group. Yeah. Maxwell Silverhammer says, don't you think collecting guitars is wrong? And well, when the poor are starving and dying, I couldn't give a fuck if people are poor and dying in other countries. Why would that bother me? There's nothing I can do about it. That's up to their governments to solve that particular problem. Oh, Maxwell Silverhammer, with my hammer, bang, on your head, and you are now dead. We're not here to worry about other people. I'm not here to worry. I couldn't give a fuck about anybody else but me. I'm sorry. Once I can fix me, then I'll worry about the world. I didn't cause it. I didn't cause this problem. I keep my life to myself. I try and bring a little bit of joy by talking to you, like by doing the music, by doing whatever. I couldn't give a fuck about someone starving over there. Sorry. We did all that with Live Aid. They had my money. I bought the fucking single. Did it fix anything? Did it fuck? You know? The only charities I support are animal charities. RSPCA and who's the other one? PDSA. They're the only two I support. And fuck everyone else. Sorry, if you don't like it, go and question your God about it. Maybe he can solve the problem. Akka says, I'm not a right winger. No, I'm not a right winger. I'm actually a centrist now. I'm actually a left winger, but the left is so fucking toxic and weird at the moment. I'm a centrist, you know. So that's it. But I'm a socialist. I believe the rich should help the poor and drag the poor up. But however, I can't save the starving Africans by selling my guitars. Make me miserable? Why should I be miserable? You know. Why should I be miserable? Because somebody over there is miserable, which I have no effect on. That's their business. That's their business. Let them sort it out. Oh, Darren, you're terrible. Yes, I'm terrible. And you know what? I sleep very well every night, thank you, except when I have insomnia. But it ain't the starving Africans that's keep me awake. Oh no, it's not that. Not that. Tim says, what happened to the old prog review intros with all your album cover gags? Now they were comedy. Oh, they're on the main channel page. Go and look at them. They're on the main channel page. I don't do intros anymore because only 3 people are going to see them. You know, YouTube is a waste of my time. You know, I can't get a big audience, so I'm not going to waste my time doing creative new intros just for you lot to bloody watch. Yeah, I appreciate you, but I don't love you that much. You get me? And also, I've done a lot of gags. If I had more... you don't understand. Look, you don't understand. I've got a very small room, and do you know how hard it is to get that fucking green screen set up? It's horrible. And then to get the camera at the right distance, I have to have the camera against this wall here, right? See where my hand is? That's where the camera has to be. And over in the other wall, or actually in front of the sofa, is where the green screen is, and I'm standing. And it's impossible to get me in focus or fit me all in, because I live in a tiny little rabbit hutch. And I did it. I did the funny intros, And now I just get down to it. Nobody wants the intros. They don't watch it for the fucking intros. And if you're watching it for the fucking intros, I'm doing it all wrong. Fuck that. Then Luna says, gets knocked unconscious by Darren's silver hammer. Exactly, the ban hammer. Watch out. Driver says, what's going to happen to the Genesis tour? 4 months from now with the COVID-19 and social distancing. Yes, the current one have postponed until next year. Well, again, yes, have cancelled. Other bands have rescheduled. It's going to be interesting to see how they get insurance. Live Nation in the US have brought in all sorts of rules that makes it very expensive and very difficult for bands to tour. You should go read up on that. It's very interesting. I was going to do a video about it, but I thought I don't know if the rules actually apply over here. I think it's more America, so but it's out there. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Everyone will have to go and wear a plastic bag over their head, I think. Or the band performs behind a giant plexiglass screen, which would gradually steam up as the night goes on. You know. And the bit where Mama happens and he goes, ha ha ha, that bit, they'll push Phil Collins' face against the screen like that. And he goes, ha ha ha. I can't breathe. Like that. Trust me, that's how it's going to happen. It's going to happen exactly like that. I predict it. It will become truth. Contentious Bone says, your wifey must be a peach to put up with your guitar habit. I don't have any other vices. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't womanize. Those were the days. I'm a homebody who cooks really well, who pleases her in the bedroom, you know, who fixes her computer when it goes wrong. I'm a drudge, basically. I'm just a drudge. And so I'm allowed my little foibles. And also, I do actually sell guitars. They, you know, once I feel that I've got my use of them, they do move on. They do come and they go. But like I said, I'm having a midlife crisis. You know. I don't drive, so I can't buy a fancy sports car and pick up a leggy blonde, can I? So guitars it is. And if you don't like it, tough titty, that's the breaks. Unsubscribe, fuck off, I don't care. You know? Payne says, perhaps I shouldn't wash the bath with clean water for shame because the kids in the charity ads. Oh, look, if they were that thirsty, they'd drink their own piss, wouldn't they? Just saying. Just saying. Mind you, there is a tribe, isn't there? There's that tribe who everything is in Africa. Oh God, where is it? It's where it's near, isn't it near Lake Tanzania? Not a big lake. There is a tribe there that everything they do is around cows, and they drink cow's blood like it's water. You know, they slaughter a cow and they drink the blood. Now that's it. They're fucking smarter than the ones who haven't got any water. Hey, we just have a bit of cow juice. Not that cow juice. Oh. Where are we? Cushion says, have you seen the Tone King channel? He has enough guitar gear to open a shop. Useless player. Seems like a decent bloke, Joe. Tone King. Is he a Brit? I don't know. I only watch... Who do I watch? I watch... Well, Norman's Rare Guitars for the great Michael Lemo. So I watch them. I watch Andertons and Peter Honori. Played with Tom Jones, so he's got to be good. Old Chapman. I think he's gone a bit off the ball lately, isn't he? I haven't been. I don't know. Maybe he's actually dropped off my feed. Dave's World of Fun Stuff, which is more guitar fixing, which I really like. There's a couple of Americans. 60 Cycle Hum, he's all right, but he can go on a bit. And his beard, he's got ginger beard. It kind of makes me feel a bit weird, you know. I don't know. And who's the other? There's another American. I don't tend to watch him too often. I kind of cherry pick him. Of course, Trogley. Trogley's Guitar Show. They're the ones I tend to watch. But Tone King. Who is the Tone King? I'll have a look. Let me have a look. Who is bring me the head of the Tone King? Bring me the head of the Tone King. He has so much gear, he could open a shop, but he just doesn't have the chops. Tone King. Where are we? Tone King. The Tone King. Blimey, he's got 103,000 subscribers. Oh, I don't know this guy. No, I don't know him. Okay. No. Well, you don't know that one. See, this is the funny thing about YouTube, right? Is you can be famous and you can have like 103,000 subscribers, but I've never once come across him. Isn't that funny? Never once seen him until you mentioned him. And that's the weird thing about YouTube, because I watch a lot of guitar videos, you know, and I search out, oh, is this guitar been reviewed or that, you know, just out of interest. And you'd think I would have come across him. No, never seen him once. And that's that amazing. That illustrates YouTube for you. Now, it's fucking useless. It really is. I'll have to check him out. You know? But hey, you know, I'm fucking useless player. My hand doesn't do what I want it to do. When I turn the camera on, it just goes, you play guitar? That's my hand these days. And then there's my eyesight as well. Come on, where did I put that guitar? Oh dear, I just feel so old. But yeah, my fingers, I can feel myself slowing up, and I do worry that I don't have the rhythm in my left hand that I used to have. I've got it still in this hand. I mean, when I play bass, it's fine, but with the guitar, I just not that I was ever a fast player, but I don't know. But I don't know. It's old age, isn't it? I'm making excuses, but you know, I'm more of a lover than a guitar player. That's where my fingering is the best. See what I did there? I made a guitar joke going about fingering the missus. See? Genius. I'm not writing this. I'm not right, but you know where my mind goes. Dog's Trust. That is another one. Sarah says, good to know. I'm a centrist as well. Yeah, but I'm a social. But it's because either side are so extreme these days that I don't feel affiliated to either. I'm in the middle, pointing out the stupidity of both sides. You know, I vote Labour, or I'm a Labour voter, but you know, thank God Corbyn's gone, and let's hope Keir Starmer kind of kicks the party into shape. But I'll never vote Tory. But you know what they've done with the furloughing and giving money to the arts and stuff like that is a good thing. But we'll all have to pay for it in the end. You have been warned. We'll just get Amazon to pay for it. Payne says Music Go Round was probably your best intro, and I've got other ideas for that. I've got some other ideas for Music Go Round intro involving a record deck, but I need to get the green screen set up. And again, I'm waiting for the kids to go back to school, because the kids haven't been to school since March. Because I don't want them to see me and the things I do on a green screen. It's embarrassing. I have to balance on chairs, you know. I have to get the chair and drape the green screen material over the chair, and then kneel on the chair and stand on the chair and lay on the chair. And that's embarrassing. They shouldn't have to see their father like that, like some common special effects whore. No. I want them to respect me. I don't want them to know what I really get up to when they're at school. They must never know. Though Herb did want to know. I did show him how I did the green screen. He was fascinated by it when I used to do all those. Russell says, don't think it's wrong to have stuff. Otherwise we'll be constantly comparing ourselves to everyone all the time. I will look. Whoa! That cup's in the way. Nearly knocked the cup off then. I was so agitated. I mean, again, I sell an awful lot of stuff on the eBay. You know, if you saw how much stuff I've sold on eBay over the years, it must be over 20 grand. Yet I don't own 20 grand's worth of guitars. You know, so it must be prostitutes and cocaine, mustn't it? I'm spending it on. But you know, like I say, everything comes and goes. I have phases where I have stuff, and I have phases where I sell stuff. I sold my Hansonic. Oh, that was a palaver. UPS, they ripped open the box and stole a stand out of it. I paid for the new stand. The man got his stand last Thursday because I paid my own money for a new stand. So I'm like 80 quid, 82 quid down. Thanks, UPS. And it's like, well, we know what's going on. I got an email from them. What? They don't know what's going on. They have no idea about my claim. They're stupid. You see, and if I'd have waited for them to pay me so I could buy the man his stand, he would have probably bought another bloody the latest Hansonic by then. It would have been like 7 years down the bleeding line. So you've got to fix the problem. Fix the problem. Lenin says, I need to think of an intro for my psychedelic reviews. It's obvious. You're walking down the street. I'm Lenin, I'm Luna, psychedelic freak. And then you bend over and a giant psychedelic bubble comes out of your bum, full of albums, psychedelic albums, and bounces down the street, like in The Prisoner, like Rover. You've seen The Prisoner. I'm not a number, I'm a free man. You know, da, 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 and it's like that. And then you're running away from the psychedelic fart bubble, right, with all the albums, and it's psychedelic, and then you turn around and it goes over your face like the bit from, and then out of your mouth comes the titles of whatever it is, Lenin Luna's Psychedelic Freakout. You owe me money for that idea, son. That don't come free. You owe me money for that. That's a genius idea. God damn it, I wish I'd have done it. Why didn't I do that? Carl says, forget those stadium shows. I think Genesis should do a retirement homes tour. Call it, Who's a Nice Old Man in the Chair, dear? Home. Was it Old Care Home by the Sea? Old Care Home by the Sea. Yeah. Have you got your slippers? Have you got your pipe? Have you got the Radio Times? Did you like your Horlicks? Did you eat your jelly? Yeah, time to... I can't say that. I'm not going to go there. It was about incontinence, but I was going to go the incontinence about soiling themselves, but I brought the whole conversation down now. I feel bad. I'll never be able to listen to that song again. They should take the requests, absolutely. Payne says, I seriously doubt Genesis tour will happen. I don't even feel the need to leave the house. Well, they could do the gig from his house and do it. Just they could re-record it and do it like a drive-in and beam it onto a screen or so. I don't know. How did we get to this? Oh yeah, the Chinese. Don't forget, it's the Chinese what done it, and the World Health Organization. Cyrus says, do you think Phil has any chance of regaining his drumming skills? No. Maybe if he got a robotic spine. I think we need a robotic Phil Collins. He needs to be like in Picard, and they bring him back, and he comes back and goes, oh I'm back. Phil, just don't move. Is this the new robot body? Yes, it is, Phil. Did you give me any special powers? No, we didn't give you any special powers. We didn't even give you the ability to play the drums. You've got no elbows. Oh, fuck you, says Robot Phil as he can't bend his arms. Little twist there. If you watch Picard, you know exactly what I mean. You know, exactly. Subvert the expectations. Keep the audience guessing. Payne says, maybe Roger Waters can now finally do a show completely behind the wall. I like it. It's a good one, that. Oh, dear. Yeah. Payne says, the cowblood people are the Maasai Kenyans. They are on the tourist photos. There's a tribe who eat fried fly cakes from Lake 2. Ah, there you go. Peter Christian says, Rhett Shaw makes a good buds. Makes good buds. Rhett Shaw makes good buds. Rhett Shaw. Am I missing something? Have you ever considered wearing a wig? Pubic wig? And there we go. Goodbye, John Johnson. Ajax says, do you own any semi-acoustics? Well, I've talked about the Godin, because this is the Multiac is a kind of a semi-acoustic. He says reaching for it. For it has a hole. Look, it has a hole there, and it does sound vaguely acoustic when you. I've got it balanced across my chest, so I can't finger properly. Can never finger properly when you're balanced across my chest. Lift your leg up a bit. That's better. It's not really acoustic, is it? No. Good. I had a semi once. It was a long time ago. No, again, it's because we live in a flat, and I don't want to be the arsehole in the flat who plays a loud guitar. The sitar guitar is quite loud, and that isn't even an acoustic, but it resonates. It resonates, so it does. But no, I don't want to be the arsehole who makes all the noise. But if we ever move, and I keep saying, can we move? Can we move now? Can we go and move to the middle of nowhere, please? I'm going to make sure I have a big old guitar. Peter says, the Tone King has loads of gear. I can't say I recommend his reviews though. He uses a high gain tone that makes every guitar sound the same. What I don't like about guitar reviewers, a lot of them, is they all do like the metal thing, you know, and that's boring. That's boring. It's because they don't know how to do anything else. Mind you, I can't really talk, you know. Like I say, as soon as the camera goes on, I start going, I don't know how to play this thing. What am I doing? It's nerves. I think it's nerves. Driver says, I don't know, chaps, but instinct tells me that Tony Banks might be the one that's really up for this tour. Perhaps he's misses with PCMI, the touring ice. No, it's Phil Collins. He needs the money for his divorce that he had. Oh, it's complicated. Oh. You see, his missus he got divorced from his missus, and she took his money, and then his missus got up with another guy, and then they got divorced, and then that guy took her money, and so he's back with his missus who took his money but only got half of his money that he had when. Oh, I'm confused now. Why did I think about that? Just don't get divorced. Don't get married. Don't get married. Just buy prostitutes. It's a lot cheaper. In the long run, you can just get him to leave. Pay him to leave. Oh, God. Payne says, I get the same idea about Banks. For Phil, it's just a continuation of the last tour, in his mind. Rutherford probably somewhere in the middle. Well, he's been doing Mike and the Mechanics with, what's his name? Roachford. Andrew Roachford. Is that right? Roachford? Cuddly toy. All I can think now is Alan Partridge. Ajax says, I too watch a lot of guitar videos, but I hate when people do paid reviews of guitars and spend a whole video saying how great the mediocre instrument is. Mary Spender is the worst. Mary Spender. I've seen her, yeah. She crops up a bit, doesn't she? Well, there's a lot of shilling out there. There's an awful lot of shilling where people get, you know, like when they did the that Eon Ebo copy, and everyone's going, oh man, this is the great, that bearded fuck with the green screen, oh man, this is great, and then I get one and I couldn't get it to fucking work. Don't fucking work. Give me my Ebo. Oh, that's better. And then you have people coming on saying, oh, you're using it wrong. You're using it wrong. It's like, no, it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't fucking work. Yet you have all these shills saying how wonderful it is. Yeah, bollocks. I actually paid money and then I sent that one back for a refund. Yeah, when Phil sings I Can't Dance, says Payne, he really means it now. We'll never do the pogo again. Peter Cushing says Mary Spender has nice brown eyes. Oh. Lenin says, what's your favourite Steve Hillage album? You mentioned that you like him a lot in the Gong Review. I don't know. The one that he does the song on that I like, that one. I only like really like one of his songs, and that's often, I'll do this every time. This is so boring. And it is, oh God, I'm never going to reach it. Oh fuck. Move closer to the, that's better. It's off of this album, so it's still got the sticky on it. And Not All, which is the greatest song he ever made. And Not All. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me tell you this, boy. Duke Abud says, is your gold in the ACS model? Yes it is. Yes it is. Payne says, I attempted to listen to L by Steve Hillage once due to the Todd Rundgren connection. Didn't listen very long. Yeah, it's a bit, you know. Lenin says, I Can't Dance, worst Genesis album in my mind. No, you're wrong. You know it's the first one. That's the worst album. And of course Duke. I think we can all agree on that. And I think with that bombshell, it's time for me to leave before they get the flaming torches and pitchforks out. Because, you know, you mustn't say anything bad about Duke or Trick of the Tower. Remember that. They're sacred cows when it comes to Genesis. And I don't really care for them. Sorry. Call yourself a Genesis fan. I'm probably a bigger Genesis fan than you. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you for watching. You've been lovely. And we'll do this all again soon. Here's a thing to consider. Maybe I should turn this into more like a phone-in, because I can do it. I figured out how to do phone-ins using Skype, and people can call, or we can do video chats. Is that a thing? Should we do one of those? Should we make this more professional? Should I get a thing that a ticker tape runs along the bottom, telling you to phone in, or to tweet or text? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? I could up the ante somewhat. Maybe that'll get us up the YouTube charts. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just pissing in the wind. Last week's video, again, is interesting because it's had hardly any views, right? It's had hardly any views. Now, I've been getting usually about 600-700 views on these live stream videos. Last week's video tanked, did nothing. Be interested to see if this video does something. If you want to watch the replay and you've missed it, come back in about 12 hours time, because that's when it'll be fully active on YouTube, because it takes nearly 12 hours for this to be regurgitated out into their system for some reason. I don't know. I'm usually eating my lunch when this pops up on the feed, so be aware of that. But yeah, we'll do this all again next week. Remember, if you can't be good, be safe, but more importantly, don't tell your mother.